Welcome, friends. Welcome back to the kitchen. Welcome back to Sunday morning in the Old Cookbook Show. Today we're going to revisit this book. This is a collection of recipes with a jug of wine by Morrison Wood. This is a collection of recipes gathered from his years as a syndicated columnist. He wrote a recipe column, first appeared in Chicago, and then was syndicated across North America. And with each recipe, there's often a story associated with it. And based on his life, he had a lot of stories to tell. And today we're going to do something called New England Rum Pie. It is essentially a cheesecake in a graham cracker crust flavored with rum. So we'll get started with the crust. It calls for 18 graham crackers. And I'm going to take a guess and say that the size of a graham cracker hasn't changed since 1949. So 18 graham crackers, sugar, and a dash of cinnamon. Now, one of the fun things about deciphering these recipes, these older recipes, is figuring out what size of pie tin. He says definitely tin, so he is looking for a metal pie tin. Doesn't say what size. So I've got an 8-inch deep dish and a 9-inch deep dish. But you could also have a shallow, 8-inch shallow, and an 8-inch shallow. It could be a 7-inch shallow. There were often a lot of pies made in a 7-inch shallow. Most often today, a lot of people won't grab for the metal. They'll grab for a glass, a pie dish, or pie plate made from clay or something like that. I'm going to go with the smaller one, the 8-inch, and we'll see how that works out. Get the graham cracker, the crushed graham cracker mixture in here. And to that, we're going to add melted butter. Now, every time I use graham crackers in something, I get questions from people who don't know what graham crackers are. That's fine. They don't sell them where you live. Use digestive biscuits. Those would work really well in this. Social tea biscuits would work really well in this. What else? Even just regular old saltine crackers would work fine. So we're going to press this into the bottom of the pan. Changing my mind. 9-inch pie tin. Just roll with it. Don't get frustrated. Just make the change, and everything just works out in the end. Don't worry about it too much. Okay. Use the bottom of a glass, the bottom of a tea mug, your fingers like I'm using. Use a spoon, whatever. You just want to press it into the bottom and up the sides. So a 9-inch deep. We'll see how the filling works out. So this is the next part. It calls for 4 small packages of cream cheese. 1949, when this book was published, I couldn't find a direct reference to what a small package of cream cheese was, or one that was reliable. So I decided, just arbitrarily, that I was going to use 2 standard packages from today, which in Canada, each package is 250 grams. So I've got 500 grams of cream cheese, which for our American viewers is roughly a pound. And I'm going to put in some white sugar. And we'll turn this on and just cream that or beat it together. Okay, so I've got audio of me cracking in the 2 eggs. But once again, I forgot to roll the camera. So trust me, 2 eggs, one at a time. Put them in. They're mixed in completely at this point. Now I'm supposed to put in rum as the flavoring. Use whatever rum you like. I've chosen something a little bit dark, something aged, something flavorful. And it calls for a tablespoon. So make sure that you measure that carefully. And I know this might be sacrilege to say, but your New England rum pie could be made with bourbon. Could be made with whiskey. Could be made with any sort of alcohol flavoring that you like. Okay, so I think that's pretty much mixed. Okay, so we'll bring our pie shell back in, and we'll get our cheesecake filling into it. Okay, so the pie shell, the pie casing is pretty full. I made the right call moving it from the 8-inch to the 9-inch. I've got it on a tray just to make it easier to move to the oven. 375 for 20 minutes. Okay, we're gonna get a rack out. Pie is almost finished baking. We're supposed to put together a topping. And I've never made a topping like this. And I don't know that I've ever eaten a topping like this. So I'm supposed to put in a cup of sour cream. I'm going to say that's a cup. Some sugar. Okay, so I've got that mixed together pretty smooth. This is a pretty chunky sour cream. Sour cream is one of those things that I do splurge on. I save a penny wherever I can, but sour cream, I buy the one that's just cream and bacterial culture. To me, that makes a difference, and that's one of the things I'm willing to spend a bit of money on. Now, I'm supposed to put a little bit of rum in here. Not much. And we'll finish mixing that up. Okay, we're all baked. Now, I'm supposed to spread the sour cream topping. Get it out all the way to the edges. Doesn't really... See if I can get some texture on top. It's pretty loose. Sour cream, rum, sugar. It's pretty loose. It's not gonna... I'm not gonna get really nice texture on the top like you would with a meringue. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. That's a little bit weird. Okay, back in the oven for another 5 minutes. Okay, I'm hoping that this has cooled enough.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey, Jules.
Hey, friends. You're not quite sure if it's done?
Well,
a little impatient, are we?
Yeah, you know, I never wait long enough.
It looks like it's a cheese?
It is essentially a...
Cheesecake? Cheese pie?
It is essentially a cheesecake pie.
Okay. I see you went for the big piece. Yeah. Oh, it looks good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, a little crumbly on the...
The little graham cracker crust?
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably... Anyway, whatever. I love a graham cracker crust. I don't know what to start with. The cheese in?
Yep.
That's a tart, very tart cheese pie.
It's got great texture. Mm-hmm. That's a really great texture.
But it's fairly tart. What is in it?
Rum.
Ah, there you go.
The flavoring is rum.
Okay. I wonder why I think it's tart.
I don't know. Because there's nothing else in it. I mean, it's just, the only flavoring really is the rum. And then there's a layer of, it's the layer of sour cream on top. So you bake the pie most of the way, and then you put a layer of sour cream, sugar, and rum on top, and then you bake it a little bit more. So you can see there's a second.
Okay, so I'm going to taste them in separate. I'll taste them separately. And scrape a little out top. There we go. Yes. It is the sour cream on top that...
New England Rum Pie. Where have you been for the 57 years of my existence?
Apparently Glen really likes it. Look, he's doing a little dance and everything.
I'm really liking that. Okay. So, I made all the mistakes so that you don't have to. 9-inch deep dish pie tin. I think that having a tin is very important for this one. Not a glass or a pie dish. 18 graham crackers is correct of the size that I showed you.
That was that recipe? I remember talking about that. Exactly this much.
4 small packages of cream cheese translated to 2 250-gram packages, which is half a US pound. I guess that's 2 4-ounce. Anyway, if you live in America, you can figure it out. 2 packages of cream cheese, not 4. And then use the rum you like. And if you don't like rum, throw in some whiskey or bourbon. And if you don't want to cook with alcohol, use vanilla or lemon flavoring or orange flavoring. But know that those have as much alcohol as the rum. So where does that leave you?
I don't know.
Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.